is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This is Nigeria Info.
Hello, Talk on your number one talk station of the nation. It's 2 minutes past 11 o'clock. My darling, you are my favorite sexual fantasy. Honestly, I tell you, that's the honest truth. Okay, just in case you're just joining the show for the first time, darling, you are welcome. Pillow Talk is on Mondays and Tuesdays on your number one talk station of the nation, 95.1 Nigeria Info. So let's talk right now, my boo-boo. Okay, and I need you to know, very important, that you are my favorite sexual fantasy. Seriously, I get excited to spend time with you. Yes, my boo-boo, you are amazing. So tonight on the show, we're simply looking at fantasies, sexual fantasies. You know, how to open up to your partner, and how to get your partner to do the same as well. It's very important. You know, sometimes it's not, of course, it's not easy to just get your partner to open up about sex, especially in this parts, right? I know you know what I'm talking about. You know, from talking about problems to fantasies, right? Sometimes talking about sex is always an awkward moment. I know, right? I'm sure I can just have I have a feeling that you're rolling your eyes like, okay. Especially, you know, if you're in a new relationship, even people that have been look, in fact, and other times, yeah, you could even be in a seasoned relationship or a marriage and still feel uncomfortable. Yes, it's true. You know, you feel uncomfortable discussing sex because of the fear of being judged majorly, right? That's like the major reason why, you know, some people just don't like to talk about it. Yeah, that fear of being judged is always there. It's something that is always there, you know. Anyway, so my darling, if you want to initiate, if you want to take the initiative, okay, to talk about sex, but your partner seems too embarrassed to discuss their ideas and thoughts with you, my darling, I'm telling you tonight, fret no more. BlaqCoffee is here tonight. I've got you. All right. Yeah. Anyway, let me first of all give you reasons, okay? Reasons to get your partner, you know, to open up about sex. Now, couples who have a strong sexual communication, right, are more satisfied, you know, with their sex lives. This is a truth, okay? So if you're experiencing issues, for instance, with your sex life, talking to your partner openly and even honestly, talking to them about this might help improve your your relationship and your sex life. Yeah. I'm telling you, look, darling, take it to the bank. Honestly. So open communication can actually lead to increased emotional intimacy, right, between the two of you. Yeah, and this leads to a stronger relationship. Anyway, I'll share with you some situations when you might want to, when you might want to get your partner to open up about sex, because this is very important. In a case of changes in sex drive, for instance. Yeah? Now, as relationships progress, my darling, sometimes people's libidos change, especially as they age. You can't take that away. Age has these things it does to us, right? So if you are troubled by change in one of you's sex drive, I think it's time to have a conversation about it and figure out a way around it. Don't you think so? Now you see the reason, one of the reasons why you should discuss sex with your partner. Very important. And another possible reason could be, trying something new in bed. I know I hammer on it a lot. Don't spring up something new on your partner. Don't spring up something new on your partner. Now, maybe your sex life has become boring and routine, and you want to try something new. It's not out of order, my darling. It is not out of order. I think it's a good reason to get your partner to open up about sex. Don't you think so? Yeah, I just think it's a good enough reason, okay, to get your partner to open up about sex and, ask what your partner is comfortable with and what your partner will be willing to try, right? Another possible reason why you should have these conversations is, for instance, when you're looking at starting a family, okay? If you're at the age where, you're thinking about having children and starting a family, my darling, that discussion is needed. In fact, highly needed. Okay? Maybe you both are on the same page. Okay? Maybe you're not concerning this situation or the topic, right? Now, this is something that you definitely, absolutely need to agree on before, you move forward. It's very important, darling. So you see, this conversation, I can give you reasons, a lot of reasons why you should have these conversations with your partner, especially when you feel rejected. That's another possible reason, another scenario. Yes, my darling. The longer two people have been together, the more possibilities there is that one of the two, might stop wanting to have sex. Okay? And as a result of this, the other person might just feel rejected or neglected, right? This is something, that really needs to be dealt with if you want a healthy relationship or marriage. Okay? Talk about sexual dysfunctions. All right? This is another reason. Now, if your partner is having problems, okay, in the bedroom, right, they should be discussed. I know quite a lot of people, especially men, their ego, almighty ego, it just has this way of playing tricks on their minds. Honey, please. Talk about it, okay? It's, in fact, it should be discussed. A lot of people might want to put their heads in the sand and avoid it, okay? But that doesn't make the problem go away. Have you thought of it? Yeah, it doesn't make the problem go away. The only way to fix it is talk about it, okay? Talk about it, yeah. And another reason why you should talk sex with your partner. Now, this is coming to what it is we're talking about tonight on the show. Yes. Talking about fantasies. I like the sound of the word. Fantasies. Let me say it the way I love to hear it. Fantasy. Tell me your fantasy, baby. Yeah. Everyone has sexual fantasies, right? And it's really fun to talk about them with your partner. Now, some fantasies are easily fulfilled, that's for sure. And some others are probably, well, let's just say they just remain fantasies. Please, I beg you, don't go breaking someone's daughter's neck, head, or body, or someone's son's eye, all in the name of fulfilling of sex or sexual fantasy. But some are just fantasies, right? But if both of you, right, if both of you share a similar one, it won't be a bad idea to talk about it. Talking about it will actually help make a plan, help you make a plan to do something about them. All right? Yeah, honestly. So I just thought to let you in on reasons, okay, why you need to have this conversation. It's not a bad not a bad thing. It's highly needed, my darling. It is highly needed, okay? Yeah. Anyway, don't forget, darling, I'm on Facebook. I'm live on Facebook and YouTube, both Nigeria Info Abuja, okay? Facebook and YouTube, Nigeria Info Abuja, okay? I'm live, so please join me right there. And you can always sending a message, okay? You can always sending your message, or if you want to be part of the show, why not? Please go ahead and send your take or ask a question in the course of the show. All right, boo-boo? Great stuff. All right, so like I was saying, yeah, it's, on a more serious note, you should actually have these conversations. I know that having the sexual conversations, I'm making this out because I know that for some people it's like, oh, how? Why? How? My dear, it's necessary. Okay, yeah. Okay, let me just give you some tips, to get your partner to open up and talk about sex. How about that? That's the idea. I'm here to help you make it work. That's what it is. That's what Pillow Talk does. That's what I do here on Pillow Talk, on your number one talk station of the nation. My darling, you can turn even the most prudish of lovers with locked up secrets into a serial confessor. Oh, yes, my dear. Oh, you didn't know? You can. And I'm going to share with you some tips, on how to get your partner or your lover to start talking about sex. First things first, my darling, I'll tell you to start slow. All right? You notice everything about good sex and, sexual energy and all of that always starts with you start slow. So I think you should have that at the back of your mind. Start slow. Yeah. Just start slow and take few baby steps. Yeah. Using the tips I'm going to share tonight. Before you know it, honestly, my dear, before you know it, you'll feel closer to your partner. Okay? And your sex life will feel more awesome and fresh with every passing day. Yeah, so one way to get your partner to open up to you about their fantasies, okay, or talk to you about sex, is past experiences. Now, don't confess about your past experiences, especially if your partner doesn't know. Okay, just how sexually liberated and active you've been about before both of you met. Yeah, I know some people can't really take it. Okay, yeah, but anyway, you've got to know who your partner is, though. Surprisingly, most partners prefer to stay in the dark instead of hearing their partner's confession about their kinky past. Yeah, I noticed quite a number of people are in this category. Yeah, but some people don't bother. They don't care. Yeah. So if you're sure your partner will be able to handle your past, honey, slip a few details, okay? Slip a few details down then and just watch how your partner reacts to it over a couple of weeks. All right? Yeah. Let's just say it's the dry run. Yeah, but if you want your partner to open up about sex, let your lover know that you've had partners before, okay, before, and that you're open to try new things. If it could make both your sex lives more interesting and fascinating, okay, yeah, I think that's a safe place to start. Okay, and hey, another thing is avoid the serious talk, sweetheart. We need to talk about sex. I tell you, it's the last thing you should say if you want to broach the topic of sex and sexual fantasies. You know, for some men, normally when they're women, they tell you that when my wife or my woman says, Kule, we need to talk. Binga, we need to talk. Ifeanyi, we need to talk. So that whole, we need to talk about sex, sort of, wrong move. It's the last thing you should say if you want your partner to open up. Unless, my darling, unless you say something that offends the other. Okay. Now, the best time to talk about sex is when both of you are in bed. Okay? Yeah. Yes. It's when both of you are in bed. Don't forget that. And the second best time, darling, to talk about it is when both of you are just fooling around, just relaxing around the house, just chilling. Yeah. Of course, the third best time, my dear, to talk about it is when the opportune moment, I repeat, the opportune moment crops up. Maybe because of something a friend said or something you saw on TV, Yeah. So you grab the moment. Now you get me, right? Aha. And another way to do this is when you speak in a third person. Now, let me explain. Now, if you're feeling terribly awkward, my darling, if you're feeling terribly awkward about the impending sexual conversation, right? Talk about a friend of yours. Yeah, use that line. Talk about a friend of yours who likes a particular fantasy or has indulged in a particular sexual act. It's easier to talk in the third person. And if your partner likes the idea, you can always smile sheepishly and confess that, okay, you were talking about yourself. Yeah. Yeah. How about that? Of course, you got to know who your partner is, though. You've got to be conscious of the kind of person your partner is. All right? Another way to start this, or have this doing, is naughty questions. Yeah, if you want to explore sexual ideas, right? And fantasies without feeling awkward about it, right? There's no better way to do that than by using some naughty questions. Yeah. I know back then, some guys might just start with the truth or dare game. Yeah, I'm sure you've done that before. Look at you. Anyway, darling, just try them, and you just try the naughty questions, and you might just see that just how much both of you can learn about each other's sexual interest in under an hour. All right? Yeah, naughty questions is one way to go. Honestly, please, in the cause of this, I beg you, don't push it. Don't push it. You've got to know. Look, don't go overboard while trying to please your partner, okay? Or to prove that you love their idea. Please, even if you don't, just don't go overboard. Just because your partner enjoys something doesn't mean they expect you to enjoy the same thing. I mean, this is on a very realistic platter now. Yeah. I'm not saying just hate everything. No, but it's only realistic. Okay, I know there are all kinds of people, but ideally, you shouldn't expect that your partner should like every sexual fantasy or sexual idea that you bring up. So sometimes it takes a compromise between sexual interests, okay? And at other times, it has to be a complete no-no. Yeah, it's just like those ladies who fake orgasms. Because you want to please your partner. It's a no-no. You're doing yourself a great disservice, I promise you. He won't even know that you're not even enjoying what it is you're doing or what he's doing, or, please. It's a great no-no. That's for sure. Right? So just talk to your partner about your sexual interests, or hear theirs out as well. And take some time for the idea to sink in. Okay? And if it's something you just can't do, honey, be frank and tell your lover, your husband, your wife about it without making them feel judged. Okay? Yeah. Be mindful how you say it. Honestly, so they don't feel judged in the first place. That is one of the reasons why people don't let out their... people don't even love to talk sex or discuss sex. You get? So, yeah. Okay? And also, daily... in fact, I'll tell you, delay penetration as well. Yeah, that's one way. I'll explain this to you. I mean, tell me, what do you do when you get into bed to make love? What do you do? Do you rush into the act because you find your lover irresistible? Stop, my darling. Stop and take it slowly. The next few times you're in bed with your partner, okay? Taking it slow in bed and talking about things either of you enjoy can be a revelation that can make your sex life a lot more interesting, darling. Honestly. Yeah, take time to explore each other, talk about things both of you enjoy, and try new things that feel good in bed. Oh, yes, my dear. All right, I'm going to go on a quick break and be right back. Whatever you do, keep it on 95.1 Nigeria Info. Remember, it's Pillow Talk.
It's okay.
Audio Jungle.
I keep my sunny side up so they can see me from above. I keep my sunny side up. No more running from the love. No more, no more. I keep my sunny side up.
This is Nigeria Info.
Remember that it's Pillow Talk with BlaqCoffee, and I'm live on Facebook and YouTube. On Facebook and YouTube, it is Nigeria Info Abuja. Okay, so please go on and join in on the show. You can send your questions via on the Facebook platform or YouTube. Okay, it will be discussed in the course of the show. All right, my darling. Okay, remember our topic: fantasies. Yes, my dear. And by fantasies, I mean sexual fantasies. How to open up between your partner and you. That's what it is. Okay? And I've been sharing with you ways to get your partner to open up, right? And one way for you to do this, my dear, is to start the conversation with a confession. I know right now someone is like, no. Yeah, honestly, yeah. Like I said before, please don't go overboard just yet. All right? I know started a confession, but please don't go overboard. If you've been trying to ask your partner what they enjoy, and your partner just blushes coyly or pretends like they're interested in nothing but the missionary, please don't push them on. Okay? Instead, make a small and calculated confession, right? Just brush the surface of something you enjoy and tell your man or your woman about it, okay? And see how your man or woman reacts to your little confession. Now, taking it slow, as usual, can actually help your partner, test their own boundaries without assuming you're a sexual deviant. All right? Yeah. And dirty talk is another one. Yeah, dirty talk in bed. Dirty talk is a knockout, I tell you, my darling. It is a knockout. Yeah. Especially when both of you are completely comfortable exploring each other's sexual minds without feeling inhibited, okay, by it. You get me? So if you want your partner to open up, right, to you and talk about the things they enjoy sexually, my dear, just start talking about something naughty or dirty while having sex with each other. You could try that out. It could just work. It could do the magic. And then one thing will lead to another, right? And before you know it, you'll unleash a wild cat. And oh yes, the sex will blow your mind too, baby. Now that's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking. And please, one other thing I'm going to tell you. I beg you, please don't clam up. You know the clam? The clam is, don't clam up. Don't judge your partner. That's what I'm simply trying to say. Okay? Don't judge your partner because your partner says they've fantasized about having maybe a threesome, or doesn't make them, because your partner said that, doesn't make them your partner a bad person. Yeah. It's his or her fantasy. It's a fantasy. Okay? Yeah. All of us have our own sexual fantasies. And as tame, okay, as tame as yours may seem to you, there's a big chance you'll shock many with your own imagination. Seriously, honestly, 100%, my darling. So please, don't do that. I beg you, don't. If your partner trusts you enough to share their deepest, darkest fantasies with you, honey, the last you can do is to let your partner know you accept them for who they, in fact, the list rather, it's for you to make your partner know that you accept them for, who they are. Remember, it's a fantasy. It could come, you both can make it come to life, or you might just squash it, but it's a fantasy. All right. So on the other hand, if you clam up and appear shocked or annoyed, your partner may feel ashamed and, in fact, never ever open up to you again. All right? Always remember, I know that, there's a tendency for people to be judgmental at the back of your mind, it is a fantasy. It's a sexual fantasy. I know some people can overthink things. Okay, so maybe if I don't let him, or if I don't give it to him, it's going to go get it outside. It's a normal thought that one or two people might have, and stop overthinking things. Breathe. Be calming down, darling. Calm down. Okay? Please. Thank you. You're a good girl. You're a good guy. So let's go. Of course, it's Below Talk on 95.1 Nigeria, and for your number one talk station of the nation. Remember, I love you like Kilo Day. I'm BlaqCoffee. Your number one go-to soul sister. Still telling you things to do. Have at the back of your mind if you're looking at getting your partner to, open up to you. Let you in on their fantasies, your deepest, their darkest. Fantasies. Now, let's talk about that annoying feeling. If something your partner says bothers you or pricks you hard, my darling, sit down with your partner, okay? Please. Calmly and cautiously. I repeat, calmly and cautiously. Tell them how you feel. All right, please. All the while, just in the course of doing that, you could do that, and also in the course of it, reassure your partner that you are not judging them, but just trying to understand their sexual side better. Okay, please. On the other hand, now, if your partner's sex talk or sexual fantasies arouse you or interests you, ask your partner to elaborate, so you can add your own dark experiences and interests into the conversation. How about that? And sometimes that kind of scenario can lead you to some massive, awesome, explosive sexual experience together. Why not? He's your husband, she's your wife, your baby, your boo. Think about it. All right? Yeah. Now, I also need you to know tonight that sex suggestions aren't criticism. Okay? You've got to know this. Okay? Sex suggestions aren't criticism. Understand this and remember it. My darling, please try not to forget this. Now, if your partner tells you something in bed that offends you, even for a moment, right? You need to realize that your partner is revealing it to you only to make both your sex lives better. All right? Like I said before, please don't overthink things. So your partner isn't saying it just to hurt you or make you feel humiliated in bed, except your partner is, that's not what normal people do. Okay? Just accept criticism, my darling, in bed gracefully. All right? Or even laugh about it. But make sure you remember it's so your partner can feel comfortable enough to share their secrets with you in the future too. Yeah. And also, you can work on whatever it is. Okay? And you letting out, being you the critic. Be mindful how you let that out to your partner. It's very, very key, very important. And you can't, talking about getting your partner to let out their sexual fantasies or have this sexual conversations that are almost very difficult, almost like a major taboo with for some people. The right time is key, is very important. Don't say the wrong things at the wrong time. Okay? If your partner talks dirty or shares a fantasy that you don't particularly appreciate, yeah? While having sex, okay? Please, I beg you, don't be a killjoy. Don't stop the to and fro midway. Don't stop, okay? Don't stop and stare at your partner with a shocked expression. No, please. And about, talking about something embarrassing or awkward immediately after having sex isn't advisable either. Okay? It's not advisable. If you really want to go into details about a particular fantasy of your partner or your partners, talk to them or him or her about it a while after the person has mentioned it or the person mentions it, okay? So that they don't feel judged or insulted by your question. Remember, one major reason why people don't have sexual conversations or even want to reveal their fantasies to their partners is because of the fear of being judged. Please, never let that out of your bag. Have it close. Have it there. Don't forget. Okay, so the right time is key, baby. All right? And one other thing I'm going to tell you tonight is be open to the conversation. Yeah. Be open to the conversation. Ask open-ended questions when you're talking about sex secrets with your husband or wife. Okay? And try to see things from their perspective before making judgments. It's very important. Discuss things both of you enjoy, okay? And take baby steps in the world of exploring sexual fantasies and dirty ideas together. It's very important. If it works and say something makes both of you super horny, well, good for you guys, right? Like I told you before. Yeah, go on and burn down that bed. Burn down that room. When you're done igniting the fire, don't worry. The idea is to burn down whatever. Burn. Both of you burn in. Make it hot. Steamy hot. Burn it down. You'll be fine right after you're done. I promise you. And if it doesn't excite you or your partner, if that conversation doesn't, excite both of you or any of you, move on. There are enough sexual ideas to set your sexual passion on fire. And it all starts with communication. Good old communication. Very key, very important. My darling, the idea is you trying to get your partner to be expressive and to have these conversations with you. Please don't be a prude. This is important. Overly important. Look, if you want to talk about sex and kinky ideas, now you might as well throw prudishness out of the window. Just throw it away. And then prepare yourself for a wild ride of sexual exploration. I like the sound of that. Did you listen? Let me say it again. Prepare yourself for a wild ride of sexual exploration. Whoop, whoop. Yeah. Reveal your fantasies, get kinky, and start by telling the truth about the things you enjoy and the new things you want to try and ban. Okay. Holding your sexual thoughts close to your heart and expecting sex to magically get better with each passing day as the infatuation wears off. Oh, my darling, it is actually like asking for a miracle every time you have sex. Simply put. Yeah. Sweetie, that pretty mouth of yours is there for a lot of things. And one of them is for you to actually let out those sexual thoughts and fantasies to your partner. Please. Okay? You can't want A, B, C, D. Unfortunately, you're having E, F, G, H. If you don't communicate, if you don't talk to your partner, how is your partner supposed to know that you won't mind some A, B, C, D? Think about it. Think about it. So you see, I know. Don't be a prude. It's very important. Open your mind. Open your mind and explore the world of sexual fantasies and dark desires together. All right? And as kinky or as naughty as you may think, an idea is it's all been said and done by someone else before. Oh, you never thought of that? Now you know. Another thing to do is for you to explain clearly. This point is very important. No one is a mind reader. Okay? I don't know about you, but I know that I'm not, and many other people aren't. Okay? So if you're telling a certain way, feeling a certain way about sex, you need to be direct and, tell your partner how you feel. But one thing you really need to remember is to be positive. Okay? Be positive and not critical, especially if you are discussing something about your sex life that is bothering you. Okay? Please, be clear. In order to do this, my darling, you can actually start, you can use I statements, okay? Use I statements when you do this. You don't actually sound like you're attacking or accusing your partner of anything. Okay, when you use I statements. Now, you can say things like, I feel like this when you do this. Okay? Yeah. Instead of, you make me feel like, now, this when you do this, you make me feel like this when you do this. No. I think it's better you use the I statement. It makes sure your partner doesn't become defensive. Because the moment you go by with the you statement, there's always this tendency for your partner to be overly defensive. And it's just going to spoil a lot of things. And it's just even going to write off the entire sexiness and all of that in the mix. Yes, my darling, think about it. How are you supposed to enjoy a sexy time with your husband or wife that is being overly defensive? Did you think about it? Now you know. Another thing is ask questions and listen. Oh, yes. Look, communication is everything. And one of the biggest communication problems that people have is that they don't know how to be good listeners. They think they do, but most people actually don't. They don't. Most are so worried about how to avoid hurting themselves or the other person that they spend the whole time thinking about what to say next. You get me? You're one of those people. I know. So, they're all about what to say next rather than actually listening to what their partner has to say. My dear, you can do this by trying to be curious and present. Be there, be present. Body, mind, be there. I beg you. Say something like, oh, really? Tell me more about that. Or you could say, or try to have empathy for your partner and put yourself in their shoes. Your perspective is not the only one. So you need to try to accept what they're telling you. Don't forget that, my dear. So I just thought to share this with you tonight, my dear. You might not put all into use, but you could just use some of it. Just use some of these tips to get your partner to open up and talk about sex effortlessly. Okay? And most importantly, you have to remember that we live in a world full of sexual fantasies and deviant thoughts. Okay? And as freaky as you think you are, my dear, your fantasy isn't as unique or shocking as you think. So I'm telling you tonight, don't be ashamed. You are never alone, I promise you. Okay. It's Below Talker 95.1 Nigeria Info. How you doing, boo-boo? Hope you're doing great. You know you can call me up. You can call the studio lines 0700 951 0000. If you're with me live on Facebook and YouTube, I'm sure you'll see the lines, the phone numbers there, 0700 951 0000. And of course, you have 0809 597 4869. Those are the studio lines. Call me up and let's talk, ask questions, and let's share. And of course, you know the WhatsApp portal is there for you as well because you're special. And the WhatsApp portal is 080-399-30137. 080-399-30137. Feel free calling, and you can send a voice note, you can send a WhatsApp message, and you could just simply call. And you could actually ask your questions live on the Nigerian Info Facebook page. Please do well to ask that question. And also on YouTube, okay? Ask questions. So, hey, I see Donan Biggie Benjamin says, BlaqCoffee, watching you live from Kuje. All right, thank you so much, Donan Biggie Benjamin. And Jimmy A. Kadri, BlaqCoffee, I'm with you on this. This is Zainab. Oh, Zainab from Abuja. All right, Zainab. Great. And this is all on Facebook. And Zainab. Okay. Let's see. Okay, this is Akwete Anthony. I hope I pronounced it right. Says, keep up the good work. I love it. You're welcome. Uchuku Odo says, good evening, ma'am. Watching you from Cotonou, Benin Republic. Wow, that's nice. Great. Thanks for being on the show. And Godi Ogenero says, we're not hearing you, ma. Please. You're not hearing me. Well, I think it has to do with you, not me, okay? All right. So, my darling, 0700 951 0000. You can always send that question via WhatsApp. The studio lines are open. Remember, it's all about sexual fantasies and, how you express them, how to do so, and how to get your partner to do so. These are things that, keep up the spark burning in your marriage, in your relationship, sexually. All right? The WhatsApp portal is there. The phone lines are there. You can always ask questions, okay? I see a message here on the WhatsApp portal. It says, good evening, BlaqCoffee. My name is Ada. First time texter. Keep up the good work. BlaqCoffee, you have saved me a great deal because I've been thinking about telling my husband something that I want sexually. Keep up the good work. Oh, wow. Please, you know him better. Find a way around it and you'll be all right. You'll be fine, okay? You know him better. Don't forget his personality or his person and all of that. Very important. And this reads, good evening, BlaqCoffee, enjoying your show. You, Love Doctor, are all doing a great job every night. Stephen from Kabusa. Thank you so much, Stephen. I appreciate. Okay. All right. So thank you so much. Of course, this segment of the show has come to an end. But you can always calling. Of course, remember, I'm with you till 1 a.m. Feel free to call in on the studio lines and or, the WhatsApp portal. I'm here with you till 1 a.m. Do well to call me up. Okay, Miss Diamonds Mirabelle sent a message saying, BlaqCoffee, this your topic is making me soft, please. Okay, Miss Diamond, it's making you soft. Were you? Oh, okay, I'm not saying anything else. All right. Oh, dearie. Okay, the idea is to get to learn and know how to navigate. All right. So thank you so much. And I'll simply say to you, Sweet dreams. Catch you on Pillow Talk, okay? Mondays and Tuesdays are your number one talk station of the nation. Take care and sweet dreams. Bye.
Hey, darling. We need to talk. There's something bothering me.
Talk to me, I'm all ears. Whatever it is, I'm here for you, baby.
Pillow Talk with BlaqCoffee, Monday and Tuesday from 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. on Nigeria Info 95.1 Abuja.
It's okay. That is okay. It's okay. No, it's okay. Let me explain. It's okay. It's okay. She. Off your mic.
On 95.1
Nigeria Info. Your mic is always on. Let's talk. Let's talk about the biggest conversations made of trustworthy ideas, passionately connected to everyone. Let's talk on Nigeria Info 95.1 Abuja.
This is Nigeria Info.